Hey everyone, my name is Tasia. Welcome back to my channel. I ordered the Erin Condren dashboard layout planner. I don't know if that's technically what it's called, but I wanted to do a little walkthrough with you guys. I asked on my Instagram stories if you wanted to see a walkthrough because I had a lot of people asking about this layout and if I was making stickers for it. And while I'm not, I feel like a lot of our stickers will already work for them because we have so many different size options to choose from. So we're gonna do a little walkthrough. I had originally filmed this like in the box and I was unwrapping it and going through it with you like live, and it was a hot mess. So I stopped. I did a little flipping through so I could gather my thoughts, and we're going to try again. And so let's get going. First off, they included this ruler here. It does detach, so you can move it throughout your planner, which is really nice because it has this tab here, so you're able to flip to the day that you're working on very easily. You have these cute little stencils that you can use, like little squares and little circles and things like that. I did not get a personalized planner. I just wanted this as fast as possible, so I just grabbed stock options when it came to like the cover and all of that kind of good stuff. It's been a long time since I've ordered an Erin Condren planner, but flipping through it, I feel like the quality is still there. The cover, super thick, very nice. The paper is very thick, so I'm not going to be going over too much of that, but I will point out some things that, you know, I'll just point some things out. So anyways, we're gonna do a walkthrough. Your first page is like this nice thick vellum piece. Of course, you have your little page where you can put that this planner belongs to you. This planner starts for July, but they did include 2 months, May and June, which is nice because you know when you get your planner and it's not July yet and you just want to start using it, they did include the monthly overviews. When it came to the colors, I chose neutral. They do have a colorful option. They have their neutral option. I personally, if I am going to get an Erin Condren planner, I do lean towards the neutral because I like to decorate and I don't want the colors clashing with my things. So it's a little drab, but it doesn't stay that way for long once you get your personal touches on there. So this is for 25-26. You have your yearly overview, again 25 and 26. You have this little layout here. It features 12 boxes. So these are great for doing like monthly goals, like looking at the big picture of things. When I was when I was using an Erin Condren planner like a long time ago, I've been trying to lose weight forever. And so one of my attempts, I used this to track my progress each month. And that was actually really fun to look back on. So it's really nice to kind of see a yearly overview if you are working on goals. So that's that page. And then, like I mentioned, they did include May of this year as well as June. The paper is really nice and thick. They do offer really nice paper. My only little ugh about it is when I'm using like a fountain pen, there's a slight texture to it. And when I'm using fountain pens, I'm writing really slow. And if it's a thicker nib, I notice that it feathers a little bit. So I wouldn't say it's super fountain pen friendly, although you can still use them. But if you're looking for that full experience, I would go more with like the river paper or something like that. That is really smooth. But that's just a little tidbit on that. So starting with July, again, you have your monthly overview. Very plain because I chose the neutral, but I love it because you can just stick the stickers on top. And I'll try and stick some stickers on here actually. So July, you have your little dashboard. This I want to say is in other planners because we do make a sticker for this layout and they're individually pieced. So you have like one that's that shape, two that are that shaped, and then one that is that shaped. And it works really nicely and it just, again, adds some nice color to your planner. You have your nice blank page here, which I appreciate because I like to do my bills at the start of the month on just a blank piece of paper. And so this is the layout when it comes to the dashboard layout. And if you're like, well, I want to look at the dashboard layout, I had the hardest time finding it because I did not actually click into the planner. So click into the Life Planner and then it will be an option for you. The dashboard layout, the vertical layout, the horizontal layout, like they're all there. And so that's where you'll find it. It's not going to be advertised on the website as the dashboard planner. That's where I went wrong. But what it features is the weekly on this side, and then you have like this dashboard layout on this side. So you have things like priorities, you have your habits, and they give you a lot of habits for the week, 6 little things that you can write in, a nice to-do list, and a nice note section. So that's really, I really do like that layout. My only thing is this is the way this layout is, that doesn't really work in my mind personally. I like vertical layouts, but it's a really nice layout because of this. I really like that. So it's going to become redundant in the sense that, again, you have your weekly on this side, and then you have this every single week. You can do your priorities, your habits, your to-do, and your notes. And it just repeats. So let's flip to the back of the planner and see how the rest of the planner plays out. When it comes to the rest of the planner, after you get through all of your monthly and weekly layouts, you get to a note section. The note section has not that many blank pages. I think you can add more. I'm not positive. And then you have a let's keep in touch with names, and I guess you could put in like their email or their phone number. And then you have these for 2027 that has little spots that you can write in more information. And then you have some pretty stickers to do, some birthday stickers, and then some blank stickers. Those are nice. And then you also have your little folder in the back, and that is it. Let's test out some stickers for the layouts. I'll be testing a few different sizes in this video, and then that way we can see what works best. So let's do, I have September stickers sitting next to me, so let's flip to September and act like it is September. Let's put the monthly overview down first. So I'm using the vertical / horizontal size, and we're gonna see how this lines up. Just take these off. I'm more curious about the stickers for the dashboard section. So we won't spend too much time doing this, but it fits really nicely. You can put the days of the week. Oh, I didn't look to see when it started. Sunday. So this is a Sunday. You'd put your little days of the week like that. And then you have your date covers. Just put a few more down. We'll just do this half page. Like that. And then you would have your days of the week, or not the days of the week, but the date covers. When it comes to the date covers, I like to pull them off and then use a pair of tweezers to put them down. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to place them exactly where they need to be. So we have that. That looks really cute. Let's just do this side really quick, just so we can do the sidebar and everything. So again, you have that, sorry, my camera battery died on me, but you have that nice long strip, and you just place that down using the line to kind of keep you straight. Like that. And then let's see how this sidebar looks. Pull that off. Let's do it this way. How cute. So just envision little date dots everywhere, and then all of your little wacky holidays, but that looks really adorable. So vertical or horizontal will work great for this. This one I do have a sticker for. I will print one out and then we can hop back to that. But let's do this layout. So Let's do vertical. And let's do some checklists first. So we'll do the scallop checklist since those are pretty standard across all of our different kits. And we'll see how this lines up. This is going to be the longest one that we offer. I don't know if it's gonna go all the way from top to bottom. Oh my God, it fits perfectly. So that's always fun. So the checklists for vertical, perfect. Let's move on to this side and see what works best for this side. The only thing is the hearts aren't lining up with the lines, but if you did a little bit of like adjustments, let me see if I can lift this up. Let's see, how would I line this up like that? They just don't. And then you're off, you're gonna be showing that little line there. Personally, it doesn't bother me, but keep that in mind if that's something that bothers you. But I think that looks really cute. Okay, let's move on to this side. If you pushed it off to the side, so if I put it here like this, it's going to be too long. It's going to be covering the dates. A very easy solution would be to trim it. Or if you wanted to push it off to the side, you could do that too. Because it does go from top to bottom on these lines. So that's the vertical size. So say the full box, it would go top to bottom. If I was using the horizontal size, it's going to be too short for this, but it might work really nicely for this because it's going to just be slightly shorter if you don't want to go from top to bottom. But personally, I like to fill up as much space as I can with the stickers. So that's what that looks like. Let's get a full box in here. Show you what that looks like. And so again, for vertical, full box is going to go from top to bottom. If I used a horizontal full box, let me just find one real quick. Let's just grab this one real off of here. And we're gonna put it all the way to the bottom just so we have some reference and see how high it goes up. So see, you have a little bit of space, which is nice as well. So it just depends on what you want. Let's go ahead and use a horizontal size checklist. It actually works really well for this side. Let's put a horizontal checklist over here just to see what we could do to kind of work with it. So you're just missing one. You could do a header. That would look really cute, right? You would lose some of your checklist, but you could put like a title. Say you did a header, and then you could overlap another header. I just want to get that as close as I can. Like that. That looks really nice. So, you know, honestly, you could go either way. I hate to say which one you could do. I personally, again, I would do vertical because I like that fullness, but horizontal is a really good option as well. This is vertical. It is going to blow out this box, so it is too large. So, you know, I might take it back. Let's try put a horizontal in there and see. Horizontal just might be more universal for this layout. I don't know where I want to put this. Right there? Yeah, you guys, horizontal. Horizontal fits a lot better than vertical because of that. I think that was the deciding factor because you can still see the word priorities. When it comes to the habits, let's see what a header looks like over it. Say you wanted to write on top of the header, say you had some typography or something like that and you just wanted to add some color. Oh, it fits really nicely. I put that a little bit too far over, so let's just scoot that like that. That looks That looks really good. I'm so sorry for the weird cuts because my camera battery keeps dying. I don't know what's going on, but after putting down the vertical and the horizontal, I know I said I was leaning towards a vertical, but I've had some time to think about it while my battery charged, and I think horizontal is actually a really good option because of how it fits here and here, because you're gonna have your date cover and everything. I do love that it goes from top to bottom with the vertical. I do have the luxury, since I make the stickers, I can do a mix, but if I only had to buy one, I think maybe I would go with horizontal just because of the way it fits. So that is that layout. And then as my battery was charging, I went ahead and printed up the dashboard for this layout, and I realized that it actually is a little different in size. I think it's still going to work, but it's not going to follow this layout. Like, they're not made to fit these boxes any longer. So I'm going to show you a fun little workaround, because it's easy to look at it and go, oh, well, that's too short, no good, not going to work. But it will work. I'll show you. So we'll do this bottom box first, because that is going to set me up to show me where everything else needs to go. I will use this line as my guide, and then after that, I'm going to be loosely following things. So we're just trying to put this as, oopsie, as straight as possible. It's fine if it's not super duper straight. It's actually a little over, but that's okay. So we have that sticker down, and then we could still follow the layout and put this over here, or we could put this over here. Personally, I think it looks better over here because it says August, so that's where I'm gonna put it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to turn my planner on the side and kind of eyeball it like that. It might be crooked, it might not be. It looks cute. So that's that. You do have a little bit of stuff showing. Honestly, a little bit of whiteout, maybe some washi tape. You could border it. That would look really pretty too. But there's options. Next up, we're gonna do this one here under the to-dos, and I'm just going to use the line as the guide, but I'm eyeballing the top here. I'm not putting it all the way to the top, like that. And then this one here, we'll just eyeball it centered like that. I think that looks adorable. So that is how the stickers work out. I think, again, we used the vertical / horizontal size for the monthly overview. This is the Erin Condren 7x9 size little dashboard layout, and then horizontal stickers and vertical stickers. Journaling, I don't know about the journaling. The little individually cut stickers would work great, but the full boxes, those are going to be really large in comparison to this layout. So keep that in mind. Maybe you could put them over here, but honestly, if you're going to be utilizing this layout, you're going to want stickers that actually fit in it and don't blow it out. So I would say horizontal. But that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little chaotic video of mine. If you want to see more walkthroughs of planners and things, I do have quite a few planners laying around. So if there's one that you wanted to see, definitely let me know. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.